got a full house on the show this morning. Of course, the show is proudly sponsored by SunTrust Bank, and on the menu we got all the action from last night. The big story being Spain laboring to a goalless draw against Sweden in Seville. We'll be reviewing that match on this edition of Road to Wembley. Of course, we also look ahead to what's to come today. The champions Portugal will get their title defense on the way. They will play Hungary, and there is that huge one in Munich. France, the world champions, will go up against the Germans in what should be an absolute cracker of a contest. Of course, we've got a regular giveaway lined up. The question will be coming up much later, so get ready. You could be one of the proud winners of airtime vouchers, and we're continuing to take entries for the SunTrust Bank Fan of the Week. Remember, the SunTrust Bank Fan of the Week will be joining us live on the special Saturday edition from 4 p.m. To 5 p.m. on Road to Wembley. You'll also be getting some wonderful souvenirs and goodies from our proud sponsors, SunTrust Bank. And if you want to be the Fan of the Week, all you have to do is to go to WhatsApp 0817 313 6193 and basically just give us a shout out and say, hey guys, I'm very interested in being the SunTrust Bank Fan of the Week. So go to WhatsApp and tell us that you want to be the Fan of the Week, and of course you could be that lucky person that will be joining us live on the special Saturday edition of Road to Wembley from 4 p.m. To 5 p.m. We'll be collating all the entries on Wednesday evening, and of course we'll subject all of the entries to a raffle draw, and the winner will be announced on Thursday morning on Road to Wembley. And in case you're wondering why we're announcing the winner on Thursday morning and not Friday, well, that's because we want to give you plenty of time to prepare for your arrival and for your coming to your number one family radio station. So welcome again to Road to Wembley. Yes, let's get right into the swing of things. Action from last night. You heard at the top of the show Patrick Schick scoring one of the finest goals you'd ever see in the Euros. Czech Republic defeated Scotland by 2-0 in the opening match of the day. We also saw Poland. They were beaten by Slovakia 2-1, and the big one was later in the night in Seville. Spain held to a goalless draw by Sweden. And Anthony, like we feared or suspected before the match, Spain may be probably one of the worst Spanish teams you would see in recent times. They just basically lacked the cutting edge and couldn't just break down the Swedes. And the few chances they created, their forward players, Dani Olmo, Alvaro Morata, were just not good enough to take the chances.
I think of all the forward players, I think maybe Dani Olmo was the one who maybe slightly covered himself in glory, because he was a bit creative. Some of the passes that led to the one-on-ones that they missed came from him. But generally, in attack, they had 85% possession. They had all the chances. But again, like we said yesterday, that cutting edge is not there in the forward line for the Spaniards. There were days when we had, Fernando Torres and David Villa. You knew that if the ball went to the attacking third, more times than not, it will get into the net. Well, yesterday, we didn't see any of that. Alvaro Morata and Gerard Moreno, not strikers, you'd really rely on. They're not as prolific as you'd expect. They missed a lot of chances before they scored the first one, and that's how they struggled yesterday. And the Swedes could have even nicked it at the end of the day as well, because there were some chances that they missed. Marcus Berg missed an open net, basically, after good work from Alexander Isak. Isak was quite impressive for me. Quick feet in that game yesterday. But overall, like we feared, yes, I think they will maybe do well enough to get past the group stage. They can overcome maybe Slovakia, maybe Poland as well. But I think some really serious teams in the competition will do them in when they get serious, and they will be out.
Let's bring Gideon in here. Anthony has mentioned that he thinks Spain will probably do enough to get through the group stage, but is that actually certain? Is there any chance that the Spaniards might get knocked out in the round robin phase of Euro 2020?
Yes. But the way they played yesterday, they looked completely indecisive. I mean, this is definitely a shell of the Spanish teams we're used to seeing at the Euros. I mean, this, for a team that once dominated Europe for a couple of years, way back from 2012, this is completely not the Spain we used to see. And yes, I agree that they can actually be outside from the group stages. You could see there was a game where, yesterday's game was a game where they completely dominated the Swedes. possession, chances created, passes, every single thing, but they could not just find that accuracy in the final third. A team like that hopes to advance out of that group stage, has to do more moving forward. And for me, I feel like the Spanish team are just going to fall up short because they don't have the personnel to be able to get in the goals.
All right, let's check out some wonderful messages that you are sending in at 0817-313-6193. Tadio says, good morning, guys. I said this before and I'm saying it again. Spain will not go anywhere in these Euros. Wrong manager, wrong players in the team. Czech Republic played the goal of the season for me so far. Thank you very much, Tadio. This one here from Humphrey, he says, hello, guys. I want to be among the SunTrust Bank fan of the week on the road to Wembley. My name is Humphrey. Great job you guys are doing. So Humphrey, congratulations. You have entered the hearts of the contestants for the SunTrust Bank fan of the week. Remember, the prize on offer is that you will be live on here. You'll be live in here on Saturday from 4 to 5 p.m. You'll also get to walk away with some great souvenir and goodies from SunTrust Bank. Oluwatosin Anthony also says, let me be your favorite plug for the SunTrust Bank fan of the week because I got all it takes to light up your studio. Nice so Oluwatosin Anthony trying to be creative. Nice your name, probably double your name. You probably put two Oluwatosin Anthony in the hat because of these things that you have done. Thank you very, very much. Good morning, guys. I love the Sweden striker. I love him. Quality striker, Alexander Isak. Thank you very, very much. Good morning to you, Lea and Anthony. I hope you're safe. He says he received the airtime this morning. Is it from me as my prize? Yes, it's from us. We always want to send you airtime. That's Uche from Agboju. He finds a way to sneak in all out into a Euro 2020 show. Thank you very, very much. Good morning, guys. You guys are doing a wonderful job. Sixtus, thank you very, very much. All right, let's move on to today's matches very quickly. Two matches on the menu. The champions, Portugal, we get their title defense on the way. They play Hungary, and buddy, given the stars in that Portuguese team, you were telling me before the show that this Portuguese team is loaded to the teeth. Bruno Fernandes in midfield, Ruben Diaz in defense, Cristiano Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva pulling the strings going forward. One miss though, João Cancelo unfortunately had to leave the tournament because of a positive COVID-19 test. But poor old Hungary have been thrown into a group that obviously everyone looks like they are senior. So any chance they can maybe upset Portugal later tonight, or Portugal should be too good for them in the end.
Well, Portugal should be too good for them at the end of the day. But when we take our minds back to the last Euros where they played out a 3-0 draw with Portugal, then we should expect a game in our hands. But this is a different Portuguese team entirely. When you look at the fact that new guns are coming in terms of, like you did say, Bernardo Silva. And see, on paper, Portugal have a frightening squad. But like Anthony and I discussed before we came into the studio, that it's a case of the manager deploying these players properly, because it seems to have an ultra defensive approach to games, which might take away the creativity and the goals in this team. But against a Hungary side, you'd expect that these players should express themselves, because Portugal have one of the strongest squads in the tournament. So I'm expecting an open game. As much as we feel the coach can be ultra defensive, I'm expecting an open game, and Portugal would want to get 3 points as early as possible, because this Hungary side might be the whipping boys of the team when you look at the fact that they saw France and Germany to face in the group as well. So Portugal know they need to start very well and ensure that they get all 3 points later today. All
right, so let's leave Portugal and move on to the main match of the night. The Allianz Arena in Munich is the venue when France and Germany will go head to head. Gideon, France, everyone has been talking about them as favorites for the title. This is a big chance for them to lay down an early marker, get a good win over Germany, and then you send fear through the rest of the competition.
Exactly, and what better way to get it against one of their longest serving rivals, this German side. And the France side, for me, I feel like they're probably the most complete team in this Euros currently, minus few issues in the center back pairing, but I still feel like this team have all the firepower to dismantle any team they face against, especially the German side. And I do not trust the German defensive backline, for instance, and Leon Goretzka also will be missing. So that presence should definitely be felt. But you have a Toni Kroos. Yes, you might say he's well advanced age-wise, but that quality should still be able to break down any sort of defense. But I feel like at the end of the day, France have too much and they should be able to get rid of the German threat.
Anthony, why are the Germans not getting plenty of love in this tournament? You look at their team; they've got some decent players all over the park. Matt Hummels is back in the team. Antonio Rudiger was good for Chelsea. Toni Kroos, of course, we know the quality he possesses. Iker Gundogan was very good for Man City. There is, of course, Serge Gnabry up front. Why is no one talking about the Germans? Everyone is talking about France and England and Belgium. No one is paying attention to the Germans.
A few things,
and they are a tournament team. They've shown it in the past that they have the ability to go very far in this major competition.
They always go very far. I don't think I can remember the last time Germany crashed out in the group stage or the quarterfinal. They always get to the semi-final and latter stages of the competition. But But the thing is, this German team, I think it's still fresh in everybody's memory what they did at the World Cup in 2018. We were poor in that World Cup as well. That's number one. And you said decent players. They are decent players, but then again, you compare them with the players that the other teams in the group have. You know, you look at like the likes of Kylian Mbappe, Karim Benzema, and all these guys, Antoine Griezmann. You go to the Portuguese as well, Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo, and then Serge Gnabry, really, Timo Werner, who really couldn't, find the back of the net if it was handed to him. Kai Havertz as well. Are
you stylishly trying to drag Chelsea into this show?
No, that's what I'm doing. but the thing is, even the guys they brought in for their experience, quality players, world-class players in their day, Mats Hummels, and of course Thomas Muller. These guys are advanced in age as well. Same with Toni Kroos. So again, it just doesn't look like a team that can go very far that anybody should be afraid of. That's the problem with this German team.
All right, so let's call the matches. Anthony, let's start from you. Hungary against Portugal, Germany against France.
Portugal 2, Hungary 0.
All right, and France?
France 2, Germany 1.
There you go. So Portugal and France get off to winning starts today. But Bruno, any contrary predictions?
For Germany, France, I'm going 2-2.
All right, and for Portugal, Hungary?
Portugal, Hungary, 2-0 Portugal.
2-0 Portugal. Gideon, finally, who's going to win tonight? Germany, France, Portugal, Hungary.
Okay, Germany, France. I would say if France 2-1 win over Germany, and for Portugal, Hungary, I would say 3-0 to Portugal.
So no one thinks Hungary can do what they did back in 5 years ago and upset Portugal.
Nope.
Anyway, we'll see. Remember, Portugal-Hungary is live from 5 p.m. And of course, the big one in Munich, France against Germany, that will be coming up from 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Shayi says either Belgium or France will win the Euros. N'Golo Kante has like 7 lungs and 4 kidneys to run anything riot anytime, any day. Thank you very much, Shayi. I want to be part of the SunTrust Bank Fan of the Week on the studio on Saturday. Portugal to win by 2-0, and France to win as well. That's Dapo from Ikorodu. Dapo, not to worry, your name is already in the hat. Just keep praying that we should pull your name out of the hat when we do the draw on Wednesday evening. Remember, the winners will be announced, or the winner will be announced on Thursday, and of course you'll be joining us on Saturday as our fan of the week. Good morning, Leon, Anthony, and Bode, and Gideon. Anthony from Aja says, I would like to thank you for the recharge card. I received it. Gracias. Thank you very much also for participating. Kende from Amuwo says, please, is the tournament played across Europe or in one country with many stadiums? Says, well done on the good job, guys. I think France over Germany and the draw between Hungary and Portugal. He says, I am not anti-Ronaldo. Nobody asked you a question. Kende from Amuwo. Yes, the tournament is being played in 11 different countries. There is Munich in Germany. There is Amsterdam in Holland. There is, I said countries and I was calling cities. I'm better at geography than that. Don't insult me. Yeah, 11 different cities in 11 different countries. So there's Copenhagen in Denmark. There is Rome in Italy, Seville in Spain, and of course, like I said, 11 different cities across different countries. So it's a proper European tournament. Another message here, Dolapo from Surulere says, hello guys, I think the game tonight will be a cracker. Did you guys see what Ronaldo did at the press conference? The message was very clear. Drink water because it is the best liquid to take in. Thank you very much. That's not the message, but we really can't really get all of that on this edition of the show. Anyway, we will be going on a short break on Road to Wembley with SunTrust Bank. When we come back, it will be time for the giveaway section of the show. I'm sure you guys cannot wait for that. The question is ready, so get your phones ready. We'll be taking calls when we come back.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more, leave a comment, and like. Thank you.